Welcome, Fear Busters! What day is it? It is Fear Buster Friday! That's right. Never fear, your Fear Buster coach is here. I'm Lydia Rieger, and I'm a transformational coach with Tanglewood Tutoring and Transformation. I empower you to step off of your fears into your greatness. And I always love to do that with fun. So what fun are we going to do today? I'm in my kitchen and we are going to have fun boiling water. And we'll learn the difference between heat and boiling. And I'll be bringing my Fear Buster assistant here shortly. So just wait one moment. Here's my Fear Buster assistant, Liam Rieger, and what did you do there with this pot? What is that? What is that?
I filled it up about halfway with some water.
Awesome. All right, and we're going to put that right here on the stove. Good, good. And what are we going to do next? Turn it on high. Awesome. And what we're going to do is we're going to check back every couple minutes and observe what is happening to the water. Right now, it's just kind of settling down from being shaken. All right, we'll be back. Well, nothing much has happened so far. We're going to put the thermometer in just for fun. And what does that read right now?
I guess
Let's see it. Let's see it. A 0.
It's a bit weird.
Oh, let's see. Wow.
Because it's not really pointing at anything.
Okay. All right, put it in the water. We're going to measure the temperature of the water. Just lay it in there. All right, we'll be back. Okay, so I told my Fear Buster assistant it's not 0. This thermometer starts at 100. So whatever temperature, if it's not above 100, it's going to look like it's 0, but there is no 0 here. And as you can see, it now is above 100 degrees, and it is slowly climbing. So what our goal here is, we are going to watch the thermometer, but we're also going to peek inside the pot to observe what it looks like. And you know, when we first put it on, there were no bubbles, but now you can see some little bubbles forming, and it's not even at 150 degrees yet. It's probably somewhere around 125 and climbing. Isn't that cool? And of course, this is Fahrenheit. And we have a little bit of action, but not, we're not near boiling yet, of course, but it is getting hot. You might see a little steam and some bubbling. And we will come back in a few moments. And look how it's almost up at 150. Ooh. Okay, so we're back. Now the thermometer is nearing 200 degrees. And you see a lot more action, a lot more steam, a lot more bubbles, and that is pretty cool. I wouldn't say it's at a full boil yet, but it looks pretty interesting, and my assistant's going to keep track of and let me know. And of course, for those of you who also know Celsius, the 100 mark right there, that is boiling in Celsius. Or 212. And look, now we've got a whole lot more bubbles and steam. And it's, now you see, are we there yet in temperature-wise? Almost there. Yay! Almost there. And as you can see, it's really going to town. But it's going to be even more. It's really going to be... Now, of course, also know that, to me, I think this is boiling now. The thermometer is kind of towards the side of the pot, though, so who knows, that might technically be cooler in that section. I don't know. But is the temperature gauge moving at all? Oh, I think it's really almost there, is it not? It looks like it's maybe a degree below, but now hand me a mitt, please. Okay, we got a mitt to try and see if we could hold the thermometer a little differently. Now, to me, maybe the thermometer's off, but it's clearly boiling. We see lots of bubbles, we see lots of steam, and you know that when this happens, you've got water, liquid, changing to gas, and that changes the state.
Can I set this down
You
now?
can set it down. Good job. Oh, no. Oh, we're okay. We just dropped it on the floor. No biggie. Pick it up with your mitt. All right. Fear Busters, what's happening here?
I'll place this
We're
in.
going to unpack this in just a moment as it relates to our dreams and goals. Okay, I'm back. So how does boiling water, what does all this have to do with goals and dreams anyway? Heat, boiling water, etc. All right, and what's the difference between heat and boiling? Now, I'm going to tell you the scientific difference, and then we'll figure that out, how it relates to dreams. So when we think about the nouns heat and boiling, heat is uncountable thermal energy. Okay? It is thermal energy. It's just energy. And boiling, however, boiling is the process of actually changing state from water to gas, like I said a moment ago. Now, how does this relate to your goals and dreams? We're going to unpack this right now. You see, it makes all the difference, really. As you know, 212 Fahrenheit or 100 Celsius is boiling point. But if we are just 1 degree below, we're not going to be boiling water. It won't really be changing the state of the water into the gas. So 1 degree makes all the difference. Think about it in a game that you play. You might have played a game before and you've won by 1 point. Maybe you ran a race and you won by 1 second. Or maybe you lost by a second. In fact, the margin of victory for the gold medal in 2004 in the men's 800-meter race was less than a second. Less than 1 second. So 1 degree, 1 goal, 1 second can make all the difference. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about differences in outcomes. Differences in outcomes. 1 degree difference, okay? You can think about this in your schoolwork, in your workplace, in your life, in your relationships, games, you name it. It's really important. Think about the difference 1 more sales call could make if you made that call. How about 1 more proposal in your work, in your job? How about if you're in school, 1 more hour of studying per week? What would that give you? What kind of result would you have? How about if you practice sports or play an instrument? What would 1 more hour of practice look like per week? What kind of results would that turn into? You really have control. I want you to know this as a fear buster. You have control over your results. You absolutely do. And it doesn't matter what results you're looking at, whether it is your health, relationships, school, work, you name it. And the best part is, you know what the best part is? It only takes 1 degree more of effort. 1 degree more, that's it. The key really is the incremental steps. The consistency, incremental consistency, the constant effort, that's what makes all the difference. Now just think, Fear Busters. Think about this. If you challenged yourself to do just 1 more percent, that's it, just 1 more percent each day, well, that would be 5% more in a week and 20% each month, and that would add up to 240% a year, not counting the weekends. And, well, that would be so cool, wouldn't it? Just imagine how much you could do in your job, in school, in your relationship, in any kind of study that you do or practice. When you practice this power of 1 more degree. But Fear Busters, come close, come closer. What holds people back from doing this? What holds them back? I think it's one of 2 things, mainly. I think it's the fear factor. I think that people are sometimes afraid of really succeeding. You know, what if I do so much better? It's kind of like that burden of success, or they get afraid that they have to keep it up all the time, or that it might be too difficult to do in the first place, or too difficult to keep on going, or they're afraid that they'll just fail in some way. I also think that sometimes people just lack the will, the sheer will to do it. Well, Fear Busters, I'm here to help you bust out of that. Bust out of that fear. Okay? So how do Fear Busters bust out of that? Well, they bring to mind first what they really want in their life. So you think about that right now. What do you really want most right now in your life? What do you want most? And then get emotional about it. Put some emotion in there. Really feel it. Okay? And Fear Busters, these people, they think about what they really want. They get emotional about it. They remember why. Why do they want this kind of result? And then they keep reminding themselves. Consistently, remember, constant effort. They consistently remind themselves and picture themselves feeling like they already have the goal. It's already here. They already have that result. Now, this is really important, Fear Busters. I want you to remember something really super important. Remember that you are responsible. That's right, you are responsible for your results. If you're a kid watching this right now, you too are responsible for your results. Grown-ups aren't the only ones responsible. Kids are responsible too for their results. You need to just keep picturing what you want. Remind yourselves why you want it. Picture that and feel that feeling of what would it feel like if you really got those results that you really want. So picture it, feel it. You're responsible. Remember that. And just really picture that you're already there, that you already have that result that you desire. Remember that you are responsible for taking your results from just hot to boiling, because it only takes 1 degree more, from 211 to 212, or from 99 to 100 Celsius. Okay, so remember, you're responsible for your results. So take your responsibility seriously, kids and grown-ups. Remember, this is your life. So you got to take it seriously while having fun, of course, because that's what fear busting is all about, especially when you're fear busting with this coach right here, your fear buster coach. But this is your life we're talking about. And don't you want to live a life you absolutely love living? I know I do, and my Fear Buster partner here does too. Come on over here, Fear Buster partner, with me. This is the last part of our video here. Yes. So what would 1 degree difference look like for you? Think about that. Today, what would it look like? What would you be willing to do to go that 1 degree difference? That 1 degree more, that 1 degree more effort. What would your results look like? Just imagine right now, what would they look like? They would look really good. I can see it from here. It would look fantastic, right? You could see it too, right? Yeah. Now, it doesn't have to be 1 more degree of hard work either. It could be 1 more degree of self-care. You know, what would it look like if you could nurture yourself for 1 hour this week? You know, that would bring some really nice results probably for you, and you would become stronger and more vibrant. So it doesn't always have to be about a lot of effort and hard work. You know, it could be 1 degree of something that's important to you. Anyway, this is groundbreaking, Fear Busters. And so let's just ground this energy now, this Fear Buster Friday energy. Oh, we got another Fear Buster with us. That's Chauncey, the Fear Buster dog. Okay. So we're going to now send you off with a job to do. Okay. We want to challenge you. What would it look like? What would your 1 degree more look like? And when are you going to do that? So decide, how is this going to, what are you going to do 1 degree more this week? Okay. And when are you going to start that? Make it today, and make it a great one. And make every day a Fear Buster Day. Bye for now.
Bye.